Hey guys, Antonio here with another chapter on Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Today we're talking about the fear of ill health. And this is closely related to the fear of old age and the fear of death, right? When you're sick, you usually get sick a lot more when you're older because your immune system might be a little bit down, you're less active. And the fear of death that comes along with ill health, because when you're sick, depending on the disease, there's a chance you might die from it. And that's just a reality you're going to have to face, that if you get sick, you have the chance of dying from it, right? The most important thing I want you to take out of today's video, guys, is that disease usually starts in the form of a negative thought impulse. I may be a young male who is active, right? I may have a better immune system than most people do, or when you look at the population as a whole, I might have a better immune system than most people. But the thing is that I've only gotten sick once in the past 2 years because I've been so positive this entire time. I used to get sick so much more when I was younger, but as time goes on and I've become more and more of a positive person, surrounding myself with these materials, right? I have removed negative thought from my mind and therefore removed a lot of disease as well. And there's there's backing to it from, if you check out my series on emotional intelligence, I talk about that in there as well. So, here's some symptoms of the fear of ill health. Autosuggestion. What did we just talk about? Using negative self-talk that makes you believe that symptoms are coming your way. And looking for them as well. Hypochondria. Talking of sickness and expecting it to happen. My sister is a huge offender of this one. I hope she watches this video. I tell her about this all the time. What ends up happening is that she will say, "Oh, I don't feel good. I have a headache. I have a sore throat." And then she'll actually be sick for a couple of days. Sometimes. I'm not saying that happens all the time. But she talks about the sickness and expects it to happen. She usually does this to try to get out of something. And then what ends up happening is it turns out hurting her because she ends up getting sick for it. Excuse. When you believe, sorry, that's not excuse. Exercise. When you are overweight or you avoid the outdoors because of your negative self-talk, right? You might not want to exercise as much. Or the negative self-talk that you tell yourself, you don't exercise because you have the possibility of getting hurt from lifting heavy weights, right? Or from exercising too much, you might hurt yourself through, you might pull a muscle or something. Why are you going to be afraid of pulling a muscle? If you do a lot of things properly, you won't have that issue. A lot of those things will be removed. Susceptibility. Through the negative self-talk, you end up becoming more and more susceptible to getting the diseases. You become more and more okay with being in that state. Your mind is more accepting of these diseases. I know it might sound crazy to you for some of this stuff, but I'm telling you it's true. Self-coddling. This is another one that I know some people that do, is that they look for sympathy from other people. When you're looking for sympathy for other people, you're usually in a negative state of mind and you're looking for other people's approval. When you need other people's approval, you are not confident and you're not positive in yourself. Therefore, you end up thinking that things are happening to you and you're a victim. What happens is you end up getting sick from it. And intemperance. It's the type of person who uses drugs to destroy pain. It's the person that has, "Oh, I have a headache, can I have an aspirin?" Or "I have a headache, can I have an Advil?" Just deal with the headache. Unless if it's excruciating pain, you need some relief because you need to get some work done, then I'm a fan of not using drugs for very, very small things, right? Only use them if you really do need them, which is in very few circumstances when you look at the broad scheme of things. So, hope you guys enjoyed today, the video on the fear of ill health. If you have any comments on this, please leave them below. I'd love to have a discussion with you guys. I'm going to leave a link in the description down below for you to purchase a copy of this book on Amazon. I suggest that you guys check it out. As well, guys, have a wonderful day and subscribe.